Thanks to LastPass for sponsoring a portion of this video. So we have a special speed test for you guys today. We're able to get our hands on a brand new, still sealed in the box iPhone 6s Plus, a phone that almost 5 years since it was originally released, Apple still supports with the latest version of iOS 13. So we decided to do like the only logical thing and test Apple's oldest and still supported iPhone against their latest and greatest in the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Taking a look at the spec sheets, a lot has changed over the years. The iPhone 6s has Apple's A9 chip compared to the industry-leading A13 Bionic, and it only has 2 GB of RAM. That's half of what Apple is putting in their iPhones today. But the 6s does at least have fast NVMe storage, which is super important when it comes to speed, and again, both phones are running on the latest version of iOS 13. Now, before we get to the test, I want to thank LastPass for sponsoring this portion of the video. Whether you have an older iPhone or a newer one, or you have an Android phone, LastPass can help speed things up when you're logging into apps and websites, with it automatically filling in your usernames and passwords for you, which not only makes things faster, but it removes the burden of having to remember a bunch of different passwords to begin with, meaning no more getting locked out of your accounts, no more having to reset passwords, and no more having to write them down, since LastPass's encrypted vaults can securely store an unlimited number of your passwords. The app comes with a built-in password generator letting you create more secure passwords, while also giving you the option to share your passwords with your friends, perfect for things like video streaming apps. The paid version costs just $3 a month, and what's cool is there's also a free version that still gives you most of the same great features, even the ability to sync your passwords across multiple devices. So click on that first link down below to get LastPass for free and put your passwords on autopilot. Big thanks again to LastPass for sponsoring that portion of the video, but for now, let's get to the speed test. Alright, we'll kick things off by starting the stopwatches on each phone and then jumping into the first row, where right off the bat, the 11 Pro is able to pull ahead, loading both Facebook and now Starbucks at a slightly faster rate. As we move on to Microsoft Word, each phone will have to load up the same exact documents, where the 11 Pro just blew through it, already working on Excel, with it actually loading that Excel sheet before the 6s is able to finish up with Word. So a huge difference very early on in the speed test. We'll see if the 6s can do a better job here in Excel, where from the looks of it, it might actually be falling even further behind, with it taking almost 8 seconds longer to complete the same task. But it does finally join the 11 Pro in the second row, with it starting to edit a photo here in Snapseed, while the 11 Pro is a full app ahead of it working on exporting this clip in Adobe Rush, which is one of the most intensive tasks in this entire speed test, and one where we might just see the biggest difference yet, considering how much progress Apple has made in their A-series chips. So as the iPhone 11 Pro moves on to the gaming row, we'll get to see how the iPhone 6s does here in Adobe Rush, where it's struggling even before the export task, with it taking significantly longer just to open the video project itself. And as far as exporting the video, as you would expect, it's doing so at a slower rate. Although I will say, for a phone this old, it's actually doing a little bit better than I thought it would. But that's not to say that it's anywhere close to the 11 Pro, with the 11 Pro almost done with the gaming row, as the iPhone 6s is just barely getting started with it, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. The iPhone 6s was the undefeated speed test champ back in 2015, with it destroying all of its competition in 2016 and even beating some phones in 2017. So to see this big of a difference, with the iPhone 11 Pro finishing the first lap before the 6s is even halfway through the gaming row, it just goes to show you how far smartphones have come. And we're not even done yet. With the 6s loading Subway Surfers, Flip Diving, and Fit the Fat at a slower rate, the iPhone 11 might just be able to finish both laps before the 6s finishes with the first, which would be kind of fitting considering the first phone to ever lap another phone here at PhoneBuff was when the 6s did it to the Note 7. But with the iPhone 6s finally finishing up with the gaming row and moving on to the lightweight apps in the bottom row, the former champ certainly isn't going to make it easy. And with the 11 Pro failing to keep Snapseed fully ready to go, and with it also failing to keep Excel open, it's going to be close. However, it does look like the 11 Pro is reopening these last few apps in the second lap faster than the iPhone 6s is loading the lightweight apps in the first lap, which again just goes to show you how far the iPhone has come, which was far enough for it to finish the entire test before the iPhone 6s finished just the first lap. with the success actually taking 5 extra seconds to do so. We'll go ahead and fast forward through this second lap where with its 2 GB of RAM, the iPhone's success was only able to keep those bottom 4 apps open in the background, with it having to reload every single one of the other apps, causing it to finish the entire test in a painfully slow 4 minutes and 43 seconds, over 2 minutes longer than it took the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So just incredible to see how much faster the iPhone has become. Anyways, that is it for me in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the very next episode.